It's an HBO show, but it's a medical drama on HBO. But it's really good because it subtly, and in certain instances not so subtly, tackles a bunch of labor-related problems that exist in the American hospital system, profit-seeking in the healthcare structure, what kind of impact that has on the average like emergency room doctor and the nurses. All of that stuff is excellent. Folks, we're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one. Today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. Today's is freaking Saturday, sexy Saturday. Bernard AOC rally later. That is right. This is April 12th, 2025, 11:33 a.m. I'm Hasan Piker, and I hope everyone's having a fantastic one. It is 67 degrees and sunny here in California, Los Angeles. I'm having a great one, and I hope so are you. This is part of the broadcast where I tell you about my personal news. I'm going to run through really quickly what has happened in the world of HasanAbi Piker in between the time period where I press the stop streaming button and press the start streaming button. So help me God. That's right. And not a lot has taken place in my life. I'm obviously hanging out with, you aren't called HasanAbi anymore, HasanAbi Piker. Anyway, the rally's getting super full. Yeah, I know. The rally's probably already started. I mean, it already started. People are already there. People have already been packing in since 9 a.m. I don't even know if we're going to be able to get in. It's pretty crazy. In any case, I'm going to be, of course, waiting for Marchie Poo to get here, and then we're going to be dipping out to go to the rally. I'll be taking you to the rally, of course. But having said that, this is the part of the broadcast where I tell you about my personal news, about what's going on in the world of HasanAbi Piker, like I said, and that is what I'm going to do, so help me God. Okay, so first and foremost, ended the broadcast last night, hung out with the family, turned on The Pit. For those of you who don't know, I started watching The Pit, and it's awesome. It's a medical drama, 2025 HBO medical drama, and it's really good, starring Noah Weil, also known as Dr. Michael Robbie, I think. I don't know, but very handsome lad, very handsome fellow. And I wanted to watch it with my mom and my dad, but my dad immediately was like, I'm not watching this shit. He apparently is not capable of watching any sort of blood or gore. That's right. He quit. He quit because he could not watch. He could not get himself to watch anything with gore. And not only could he not watch anything with gore in it, he also said we're psychopathic for watching a show with so much gore in it. So that's classic Baba stuff. You know, classic Baba behavior. Yeah, he just could not. He could not get himself to watch it. I did. I watched the first episode and the second episode. Let me tell you, it's a pretty good show. Pretty gruesome show. A lot of subtle undertones. A lot of, it's one of those shows that's like extra woke because it's HBO, but it's also, all of those shows are woke. I've talked about this before, like all the cop shows and shows like ER. They are all very woke shows, right? For those of you who don't know, The Pit. The show I'm talking about is The Pit, okay? But shows like, you know, 911, First Responder, Cops, FBI, America's Crime Unit, whatever the f they're called. Like, they're all technically propaganda shows, very much propaganda, very much constantly explaining to you why. No. The cop shows, propaganda shows are very, very woke. You guys are wrong if you think they're not woke. They're woke in like the liberal Democrat social consciousness wokeness. And it's important to recognize that it's actually propaganda, but it's woke because it plays a very interesting role of, I think, moderating people that watch the show. So it turns liberals into lovers of cops who think cops are always brave and bold and beautiful and defending the interests of the public. And sometimes they have complicated moments where they do bad things, but actually it's, you know, they were doing that for a good cause, right? Like that's the, so if you're like a leftist or a liberal or whatever, it's supposed to moderate your position to be pro-cop. But if you are a right-wing reactionary in the middle of the country and you're watching those shows, it's actually insanely woke because every episode, first of all, diverse cast. You got like Indian cops, you know, you got Mexican cops, things like that. So it's like a very diverse cast, first and foremost. So that's like cool for you to see, like, and they'll tackle like racial dynamics, things of that nature, right? So gay cops, right? Like all of that stuff exists in these shows. And also on top of that, they will tackle issues. Like they will literally cover like transgender related issues. You know what I mean? Like they will literally talk about like the discrimination that like gay people face. And they'll teach people consent. Like they serve this very interesting role of moderating the position of American consciousness. I have been thinking quite a lot about this, but anyway, The Pit in and of itself is not like that. It's an HBO show, but it's a medical drama on HBO, but it's really good because it subtly, and in certain instances not so subtly, tackles a bunch of labor related problems that exist in the American hospital system, profit seeking in the healthcare structure, what kind of impact that has on the average like emergency room doctor and the nurses. All of that stuff is excellent. There's a hyper focus on social work and the importance of social work in the medical field as well. First episode was great. First episode starts off with like the friction between the hospital administrator in a suit coming down, talking to this doctor in the midst of like him getting his hands bloody left and right because this the emergency room is overloaded, right? Hospital administrator's like, you're not serving these clients, like these patients, well enough, that their satisfaction rates are not high. And he's like, well, we have beds upstairs. Why don't we use those beds? This is an overfull facility. You're constantly doing triage. Of course, they're not going to be happy. I just am barely making ends meet and barely making them survive out here. You asshole, right? That's a huge issue. They even talk about how you don't want to hire more nurses. You don't want to hire. She says there's a nursing shortage around the country, and it's like, no, you just don't want to hire more nurses because that's too costly to the hospital. So it is really, really good. It shows like the incredible amount of pressure that like our medical professionals go through, especially in ERs. Because ER is the one mechanism that like poor people can use in general, or poor people often do use in general, because like they don't go to the hospital until it's far too late. So it's just overloaded. Homie, you're watching Boomer Daytime TV dramas? Yeah, I am, but it's very good. And so I like that. And then the second episode, there was a sickle cell moment where like they are, the white first responders are like literally restraining this woman. She's black, and she's going through unimaginable pain, but they're like, they're treating her like she's a tweaker, right? And there's this moment where like they subtly, but not so subtly, talk about medical racism without like serving it to you directly. It's very good. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. It's very cool that they were doing that shit. Anyway, I've never seen House, but the show is called The Pit. I watched 2 episodes. It's a tough watch. Okay. I will admit it is a freaking tough watch. It's very gory. Yeah, it's incredibly gory. It's a medical drama on HBO. Of course, it's incredibly gory. But yeah, did you rug pull my Day One Founder Series merch purchase? What are the words that are coming out of your mouth, or what are you even typing in my chat right now? I have no idea. Anyway, so that show was great. Beyond the show, where my merch at, bro? I don't know. Why are you asking me, dumbass? What the do I look like a help desk here? What's happening? Go hit the Warren James line. They're supposed to do this exactly. I'm not customer service. Aren't you the CEO of the merch? No. What do you think? I personally package every single merch and like give him a little kiss at the end of the night in the 2 hours that I have? No, I'm watching The Pit. Get that woke liptar shit out of here. I only watch stars, reruns of Cops, like a real American. Anyway, all of that aside, yeah, went to bed, woke up this morning, and let me tell you, woke up early, hit the weights, hit some good weights actually. Here's your boy going for 9 reps here. Yeah, here, gave you a little titty pic as well for all the psychos out there, for all the lovers of the titty pics. Here's a little bit of titty for you. Here's an itty bitty titty. I've been tittied out the wazoo, I'm not gonna lie. This is probably why, because I've been pumping. Look at that. Look how many reps the boy's putting on there. That's 205, dude. It's not a big deal. Hitting that for 9. No, not even a spotter. I could have hit it for 10, but I didn't have a spotter, so I didn't want to risk it. You know? No hoop lately. Feel like I haven't heard much. No, I've been hooping. I'm just not very good at hooping. But yeah, those are double D's. Austin posted a titty pig and Haas scored. Like what? Yeah. Them shits are staring right at you, you know? It's just like in your face. Get Gary's economics on the stream. Okay, y'all are annoying. I think chat missed the point when you talk about liking these shows. Not that you love it and it really resonates with you. No, you're saying it's good that these kinds of things are being represented in content that people like their parents are going to be watching. Yeah, for sure. What pre-workout do you use? 2 double shots of espresso, slamming them. I slam espresso back and then I go and I work out. Is that why you didn't go to Nephew's basketball thing he is doing now? Nephew's doing a basketball thing? I didn't even know. Nephew didn't invite me to do the basketball thing, probably because I got my ass beat last time I did a basketball thing with him. I couldn't carry Nephew, so he cut me out. I'm kidding. I actually don't know. I don't know what he's what Nephew's up to. I haven't watched the new One Piece episodes yet. I'm docking them. I haven't decided if I want to watch it like week by week or if I want to just like bank it and then watch it. The Pit is good anyways. It's just intense. Yeah, The Pit is great. All right, so Libs or Matt Speed didn't go to Taiwan saying China tour was paid. Okay, dude. Libs need to calm down. Libs need to dial it back a million times over. All right. Let's get right into it. I'm gonna blast off real quick. Okay, I'm gonna blast off real quick. Blast off meme. Okay, I'll use this. Okay, Bernie AOC rally.